putting horn overlays on the tips and making a strike plate for a bow I'm making here. So basically what I'm going to do is just cut out some sections of this. With my saw here. Okay. Now I've got two pieces that will sit right over the top. Now we gotta flatten that on the inside portion so it'll sit flush on the tip. Alright, got these horns nice and flat. Two pieces right there. They're going to be sitting on the bow, but when you put horn, or when I put horn on them, I leave them maybe a fourth back. And that's because if it's all the way to the tip, sometimes they can pop off. If they hit directly on the ground or something like concrete, they can pop off. Usually doesn't happen. I use this deflex because it's flexible, so that usually doesn't happen with it. But if you use regular epoxy, I've had them shoot off before. So I hold it back, and then I form the tip to be the first thing to contact cement if it does, and that stops that problem. Alright, so before I put the horn, I'm going to go ahead and rough up the surfaces. Okay, so I got the glue mixed up. Don't need a whole lot. Same thing with everything. Oop, dropped the horn. You apply to both surfaces that you're going to glue. I use a clamp of some sort and clamp it in place till it's nice and stuck. And I'll just do that to the other side.
I've waited for the glue to dry 24 hours. Now, the tips are set, and I will sand them. After sanding them, I will use this hand tool and strengthen my forearms. And at the same time, I will be making the string knots.
Alright everybody, so we went ahead and shaped the tips. They're nice and good, and they'll hold a string in there now so we can start shaping it or tillering it. And that's what I want to talk about right now. It's a slightly different tillering process than a red oak longbow. All of the concepts are exactly the same, but the outline and the profile of the limbs are going to be different. The way the limbs look are going to vary. Now with the longbow, you're going to want this shape, right? which is a D, right? And for this one, we're going to want this shape, right? Wrong! We don't want that shape. This is not that type of a bow. This is a longbow. And it's going to look like this. A lot of people want to keep that curve in there, like a recurve. Alright, but that's not how this is supposed to function. Here's a progression of the limbs I tried to draw over here. May help, may not. So the more you pull it, the less that curve shows up. So it's a pretty definite here. Bent a little bit more, it starts to come out, and then the full brace, it should straighten out mostly. Sometimes it still is there, and that's fine. But I just want to emphasize it's not going to be like anything really progressive here like this. It's not going to be like that at all. I think I broke a couple of bows trying to learn how to make this one a long time ago, because I thought it'd be cool to have that limb nice and progressive at the end. Okay, so I'll demonstrate with this bow on a tillering tree. Okay, so this is the bow I've had forever, and that's the one I shoot often. You can see right now it still has a slight curve here when it's braced. It's pretty much braced. It's okay, yeah, it's pretty much there already. But notice as I pull it, that kind of straightens out.
Alright, so I have shown you how you're going to be trying to tiller this bow, and the rest of this video is a time lapse of me doing it myself. You can watch and try and pick up some techniques that I'm using, but this is something you're going to have to work on, something you have to practice. Like I said, I broke 4 bows before I made one right, and now I do it every single time. So please listen to the beautiful melody of the piano and watch what you need to. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to. I've already explained pretty much what you're going to be needing to do. So enjoy.